Wellness lifestyle tonight. We hear all kinds of stuff about wellness lifestyle and eating right and starting your routines and getting fit and doing all the things that we know we should do, but it can be really overwhelming. So what I wanted to talk about tonight is the wellness pyramid. And these are guides that help us, by following lifestyle changes, help us get to more optimal health and meeting the goals that we have for our wellness lifestyle. So the pyramid is basic, and I'm not going to work with my dry erase board because I'm afraid you're not going to be able to see it in this light. But basically, the base of the pyramid is eating right. So integrated nutrition is so incredibly important, right? See if I can make the lighting a little bit better here. Okay. Then we have exercise, right? Exercise helps us to move our lymphatic system and get our byproducts out of our body. This is super important when we think about all of the junk that we're carrying around in our elimination organs and our other systems, that if we're not exercising and we're not moving our body, the lymph system does not move these things away. So really important that we're able to metabolize our body waste and get it out. The third step up is resting and managing our stress. So this isn't just sleep quantity, this is sleep quality. And how well are we dealing with our stressors? We know that stress is the silent killer, right? It causes all kinds of things to go haywire in our bodies. And so with that, we are looking at the connections between stress management, quality sleep, and neurological repair, cellular repair. All of the things that are going on in our bodies get repaired while we sleep. And so we need to have a clean pathway for that. Okay, so this red one is reducing our toxic load. What this means is, right, detoxing our system, reducing our toxic load in our bodies, but also in our environment. So in our homes and offices. And what we choose to spend our money on and bring into our houses really affects us, right? And what they've said for a very long time is that indoor air quality can be incredibly bad compared to outdoor air quality, even when we're having inversions and smog and fires. Because of things like artificial chemical air fresheners, as well as having things that are off-gassing, like plastic spot, made in China, and things with heavy metals in them, artificially scented candles, and all the personal care products and home care products. We really need to delve into what those labels say, whether they're actually going to be good for us when we use them, or if they're potentially carcinogenic or cancer causing. That's a big deal. I realize there's a long ways between being healthy and, having an onset of cancer. But when we think about it, it's all connected. So here's the thing, right? Back in the 1986, 87, early 2000s, time's blending together for me. There were a lot of BBC inquiries and articles, videos, you can find them online still, from the BBC about whether or not frankincense could be the new cure for cancer. And people have come up to me even yet this week and said, hey, I think I've got pre-cancer happening. Can I use frankincense? And I said, well, how's your wellness pyramid look? Because truly, when we look at this wellness pyramid, right? I don't know if you can see that, Bonnie. We've got to address all of the lifestyle issues, right? That's the first 4 steps. Integrated nutrition, getting all of our energy and nutrients out of our food, exercise, stress, detoxing. Then we come up to healthcare, okay? We should be able to take care of 80% of our health problems using a wellness lifestyle approach. And only when we come to these top 2 steps, informed self-care. Okay, so that's doing things like pumping up our immune system and staying super healthy so that we do not need to get sick and then go on antibiotics. Okay, so that's using On Guard preemptively. It's using frankincense, past tense, peppermint if we start having tension that's affecting our thoughts and vision instead of taking medical solutions, right? Which are very reactionary. They're not whole system supporting. But if we do those things in our own informed self-care where we're avoiding chemicals, we're taking the clean approach, we're honing what it is that we're doing. And then if we need medical care, we're going proactively and preventatively towards our medical care rather than reactionarily and invasively. So this is a pretty huge thing when we're talking about healthcare. Okay, so the big C hangs out up here somewhere, right? If you skip all of these steps and are not tuned up and you expect to be laying on the couch eating bonbons and putting frankincense on your cancer, then the answer is no. If you are doing all of these steps and your system is clean and tuned up and your indoor air is clean and you're not putting chemicals into your clothing during laundry cycles and you're not slathering yourself with petroleums and using things that are causing cellular problems for your body, you have a much better chance of doing something that looks like potentially avoiding having to go under the knife. Okay, and that's as clear as I'm going to come with that because I'm really trying to stay compliant here. But suffice to say, we in this country use 80% of our multi-trillion-dollar healthcare budget on healthcare. 20% or less goes to the wellness solutions that could be helping us to prevent that healthcare and that reactionary behavior, treatment, right? So that's my answer for frankincense and cellular damage. Yes, frankincense is amazing for cellular damage. Frankincense can avoid a whole lot of problems and can bring us back with things like helping scarred tissues, right? And increasing cellular function in all the different ways that cells function in our body. We can't just look at it in a myopic way and try to cherry pick that top of the pyramid and exclude all else. So the next 10 minutes or so, I'm just going to be talking about the nitty-gritty of the wellness pyramid. Stick around if you like. Cheyenne, Bonnie, I'm glad to see you girls. Where are you tuning in from? Pop in and let me know. Okay, so the base of the pyramid is eating right, okay? And we know that eating right, we now are told by the FDA that we need 10 to 12 servings of raw vegetables a day to get what we need from our soils because of all of the industrial farming. That's a lot. I don't know very many people that do that on their own. So here's our solution. Okay, we have raw food nutrient complex supplements, fish oil that's only from small fish and it's fixed with frankincense and turmeric. We also have cellular vitality. This comes in a box. It gives you what you need for daily nutrition and really up-leveling and protecting our immune system. Now, we also want to make sure that we're getting all of the energy and the nutrients out of our food when we do. Hey, Xian! Baileys, there you are. I'm glad to see you, girl. So Terrazyme is our digestive enzyme. And interestingly, if we have digestive problems, chances are that our bodies are not getting what enzymes they need to break down our food and to get energy from our food. So I want to just say that super important. It's sort of like the body will shunt its enzymes into survival mechanisms like digestion. Okay. Oh boy, my battery's getting low. Yikes. So if our body doesn't have the digestive enzymes it needs, it will pull from other things like reproductive function, cognitive, wound repair, right? Creating new skin and hair for us. So if we're not digesting our food appropriately with enough enzymes, our whole system is going to be impacted by that. So all that to say, it's really important to keep your survival mechanisms like digestion going and clicking along. We lose 15% of the digestive enzymes we're born with every 10 years of life. So by the time we're 40, we've only got about, 40% left. And it's not enough. That's why we see things like IBS, colitis, gastritis, all the stuff that old people, right, have to deal with. We're now seeing millennials dealing with it because our foods are not what they were. So this is a really easy way to kickstart that. And these enzymes come from natural foods like apples and pineapples and papayas. And heck, if you're in Belize, you probably have lots of fresh fruit, and you can be eating those with your meals and giving your body the support with enzymes that it needs. Now, probiotics. Okay, this is the next thing. We know there's a super strong connection between the gut and the brain. So if we're backed up and our gut is not healthy, our microbiome is not balanced, we're going to have brain fog. We're going to have things like poor memory. We're going to have trouble multitasking. We're going to feel the stress more powerfully than we would if we had a balanced microbiome. So here's some enterically coated probiotics, and we've even got the ones that are like pixie sticks for kids that are all natural flavors. Super important. Okay, fiber and greens. These are 2 of the nutritional packs that doTERRA just came out with. I love them. I have to say the greens are delicious, and I've been dabbling with them because I normally like to get power greens from Costco, and sometimes I don't have those and I need something as a sub. And these, with the acai and the other mangosteen and superfoods that's in there, they are delicious. So I highly recommend them. Okay, and then there's recipes here for putting smoothies together and putting your citruses in your water for a gentle detox every day. Okay, so the next step up is exercise, right? We have protein powder that just got released as the 3rd element of our nutritional kit. Protein powder is either vegan or it has non-RBST whey protein in it. So that's a little dairy hit, but it has lactose and lactase. So this is going to be easier to digest for us. Now, metabolically speaking, we have Metabolic Support, and these are products called Slim and Sassy. They're great for keeping us going while we're sitting at our desks all day, because a lot of us sit at our desks all day, and it's not like we're up and down and going out exercising in between those hour-long chunks at the computer, right? The other things are we need to be able to soothe our aching muscles, give ourselves natural energy. Any kind of soreness we have from working out, especially if we're increasing mileage or weights or length of yoga programs, right? Maybe we've just started Ashtanga yoga and we're used to yin yoga. We're going to have some sensations that tell us that we're not using the same muscles. This is really great for relieving those painful sensations. Okay, Breathe. Cheyenne, this is what I was telling you about. Breathe oil is fabulous. So good for feelings of anxiety. This is our respiratory blend. This used to be the #1 for anxiety that we had before we developed the neuroplasticity line. But this is really powerful. We've got cardamom in it from Guatemala. We have eucalyptus and bay laurel and peppermint. It's great for opening up our sinuses. But because of the cardamom, right near you, this is going to be super powerful for not only taking care of swollen respiratory tissues, but scarred respiratory tissues. So this is a big game changer for those who have had lifetime either anxiety problems or breathing problems, right? Chronic breathing problems. Okay, Copaiba, this is our miracle oil that functions similarly to CBD. We get this from the Brazilian Amazon. I love this. We can use these for our cardiovascular system, and also it's good for supporting a healthy inflammatory response. So in other words, taking the heat out of it, right? Turmeric, dual chamber caps, and helichrysum oil. This is a great one for its restorative properties. Okay, 3rd step. We're going a little slower than I thought, so I'm going to kick it up a couple of pegs here. Stress management and quality sleep. Not just quantity sleep, but quality sleep. So we have various oils. We have Serenity gel caps. Okay, so our beginner oil is always lavender. This is the gentlest oil. It's great for babies. It's great for older folks. I call it Baby Bear on the sleep regimen. Okay, if Baby Bear's not strong enough, then we kick it up to Mama Bear, and that would be Serenity oil. So Serenity oil is a combination of lavender and Roman chamomile, and it has some ylang ylang and cedarwood, a tiny skosh of vetiver from Haiti. It is really nice. It's a very sweet blend. We also have cedarwood, which we can use as a different Mama Bear if we don't like Serenity. So I say that to illuminate the idea that we have many different oils to choose from for each therapeutic endpoint, okay? And for each oil that we use, there are multiple benefits. So you can see how this can be very effective for multiple problem solving, right? With very little oil use, we can have many different benefits. Like using Breathe, right? The respiratory blend can help soothe our anxious feelings, can help get us into breathing more deeply, triggering our vagus nerve, getting our nervous system settled down as it's opening up our respiratory system. So those are a lot of wins right there. And as the more we open up our respiratory system, the more oxygen our brain gets, the more either awake or less tense our heads can feel. Lots of benefits here. Okay, so if we are finding that Mama Bear is not quite strong enough, and some of us have sleep disorders, some of us have more of the enzymes that break these oils and their chemicals down, and so we need stronger options. So our strongest option is vetiver from Haiti. It is very powerful. I used to get hangovers from vetiver, so I'm going to encourage you all to use 1 drop at a time and gear it up from there. So I always say start with the little one and move to the bigger one. Start with the least, start with 1 drop and move up from there. And anytime you come in to a class or you're in a mentoring situation or we're facilitating and guiding you on your health journey, please know that you can always pop up and ask questions. You can always ping me. I will always be not too far away from my email or my text, and I am happy to return a phone call or a blip saying, hey, I don't remember. How does this work? Okay, so relaxation, right, is a big thing too. Wild orange is really nice and uplifting and can help get us out of that malaise that sometimes we just feel like things are closing in on us. It's uplifting, it's happy, it's joyous, it's going to help pop us back to normal. And then diffusing, okay? So the thing about diffusers, we can put them in our house. We can let our whole family benefit from using 2 or 3 drops in a diffuser, and it's going to be in the air. And so this is another step towards improving our indoor air quality by using natural products that we know are tested and trusted instead of a plug-in or a scented candle where we have no idea what the chemicals are that are in those things. Okay, so that was the sleep train. Sometimes we have problems with our partners or us snoring at night. And Breathe is also great for that because it opens up our sinuses sufficiently to where we are not going to be constrained and constricted in snoring. It's really important in my house. Okay, mind and mood. So we're moving on to the neuroplasticity part of stress management, okay? Training our brains to have a different response to the same stimulus is neuroplasticity. We're creating new neural pathways. Adaptive oil was created to help our brains do just this, right? So they have lavender in them that helps our body and our brains create more GABA. We have adaptive capsules as well that actually has GABA in it. So I have friends who were taking medications for anxious feelings, depressive feelings, and having really good success with this one. So I wanted to put that out there. You know, other than that, we have our whole emotional line. And I think it's really important to look at whether we are dealing with situational type depressive thoughts or if this is something that's been a diagnosis, right? And I always recommend working with your doctor and your supplements or your natural approaches and using a really powerful tool, which is our own intrinsic body wisdom, so that we are knowing. It just depends on what's going on for you, right? Okay, so we have our emotional blends, and this is forgive, cheer, console, passion, motivate, and peace. I always forget that one. It's kind of crazy. These are the blends that were created specifically to help us find a new way of feeling, right? So we can intellectually choose, oh, I just lost my dog, I'm going to choose console. Or, oh, I'm going through a divorce, I'm going to choose forgive. Or we can just pull the caps off of them all and let our noses and our innate wisdom tell us what we need by which one we're attracted to. So either way, it's totally legitimate, okay? All right, reducing our toxic load. We're almost there, you guys. Okay, reducing our toxic load. There's things we can be doing all the time. Can be as simple as putting lemon oil in your water and drinking that out of glass or metal or porcelain all day. Okay, now the oils are so powerful that we don't drink them in our water or any other liquid out of plastics or synthetics like styrofoam, because the oils are so powerful that they degrade synthetics. So this is how they work in our bodies, and this is how they work in a drinking vessel. They will break down the synthetics, and if it's in our bloodstream, get them out of our body, right? Helping us to recharge and refresh and replenish our blood by cleansing it. If it's in a drinking vessel, it could burn a hole in the side of it by the time you drink the whole thing. So only inert, okay? Paper cups are fine as long as they're not plastic lined. Okay, so then that's the very, very basic step, is lemon in your water all day. I do this all the time. I also, about once a year, maybe twice a year, I go through doTERRA's 30-day cleanse. This is a fabulous way of cleaning out your organs and getting all the junk gone. So we're doing things like taking enzymes 5 times a day, doing lemon in our water, right? We're doing that anyway. Detoxification is an important thing, and doTERRA has a couple of different detox products. This one is the Zendocrine Detox Complex. It has psyllium in it. That means it's going to be the Roto-Rooter, right? It's going to take care of all of our lower GI and cleaning it out completely. And so this is broken out into a 3 10-day phase routine. It's very well described. This first 10 days, we're also adding in Zendocrine Soft Gels, which is the Zendocrine Detox Blend in a capsule, okay? And you're going to do those every day for 10 days. Now, the second phase brings in GX Assist, which attacks the yeast, and it gets our whole microbiome tuned so that once we remove the yeast, right, the beneficial bacteria can do their thing and really help us with that gut-brain connection and reestablishing balance there. Now, the last 10 days, we are switching those out for probiotics and DDR Prime. DDR Prime is the chelating agent that's DNA damage reversing prime. So it grabs all those activated toxins that have been released from your organs, grabs them and gets them out of the body, okay, while we're restoring our beneficial bacteria. So super awesome, great scientifically, great physically. It does not hurt. It's a little bit emotional because you're killing yeast and you're used to them living in your body. But besides that, there's not a lot of discomfort, which is a pretty big deal when you're doing a gut and organ cleanse. Okay, so that's the internal detox. Now, external detox means things that we are bringing into our home and using on us and on our environment, like dental care. Okay, so On Guard is so powerful with bacteria that we have created toothpaste, mouthwash, and floss made with On Guard. So fluoride free, okay? And just using the things that we know are beneficial for our systems and not a neurotoxin. Okay. Facial care. We've got a whole facial care line that's really nice and clean. It's called Virage. I love it. It has frankincense and myrrh and sandalwood and other amazing things in it. Hair care. Okay. Hair care is a huge source of things like sulfates that are bad for the environment and bad for our systems. And generally, if something's bad for the environment, it's not good for us either. So, good way to fine tune it is think about it with that in mind. Spa products, okay, a Yarrow Palm collection, which is cellular support internally and topically. And then we've got the cleaning products. Now, On Guard cleaning products are amazing. I also like to just strip it down and go with white vinegar, lemon oil, and lavender oil because they smell good and they're very effective at killing germs. So if we are doing these 4 things, right? Taking care of those 4 steps, we are supporting every single one of our body systems. And this is something that we can certainly fine tune. I love working with my clients and looking at what are your top 3 health priorities. Let's start there. Let's hit it hard, get some good results, and go from there. There's no one size fits all, right? And so I love acting as a wellness guide and helping folks figure out what works the best, how to get the best value, and really, honestly, I love getting people free stuff. And so this is how we do it. We improve our quality of life. We start finding benefits that we did not even have any idea we could implement just with simple changes. And then we run together, and it's all about being in a state of overflow so that we can serve the world as brightly and powerfully as possible. So I would love to have more conversations about this. I'll hop in next week and do another live, and maybe over the weekend we have a 12th birthday party happening, so it's going to get wild and woolly over here. But in the meantime, if you want to check out what we've got, our Living magazine is online. And you can always find me at my.doterra.com/wellness scientist, the wellness scientist. So thank you very much. I hope you ladies have a wonderful evening, and drop me any notes below if you have questions, and I'm happy to respond in the best way I can. All right. Thanks so much.